Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you a run through of the County Championship Cricket dashboard. This has got every single player from every single match in the history of the County Championship. Essentially, it's the stats guru from crickinfo.com for County Championship Cricket. So it's got complete player data, every season, every player, every innings, every 100, the highest score, and I'm going to give you a deep dive through all of these things to show you exactly what you can do with it. It's got ball-by-ball analysis from 2020 to 2024. It's got bowling types insight, so you can search a player by the over range, or if you want to look how he goes against right arm spin, left arm spin, you can do that. It's got player rankings. It's also now got, in the latest update, the ability to see a player's win-loss percentage, season by season or overall, how many batting titles he won, e.g. most runs, best average for over 500 runs in a season, how many times he's won that. Also, how many county championships, Div 1, Div 2, wooden spoons, Bob Willis trophies a player has earned during his career. Now, you can sign up to this through buymeacoffee.com/leadingedgepod. It's only £3 a month. The reason for having a charge is we had it free on our website before and we made about £30-40 loss every single month, so it didn't make sense. But it's a resource that we've built and we want to give people access to use. You can join at the £3 tier. If you're feeling like you really want to support us, there is a $25 a month tier. That gives you access to the database, and also every single month we will do a deep dive into whatever it is that you want to know. Quite often we use the dashboard, sometimes we end up using Python to create extra special things. An example of what you can do in it is Dave Bracegirdle, excellent commentator, great guy. He was talking about Joe Clark's innings last week and how it's the highest second innings score of all time for County Championship wicketkeeper, and we were able to go, yes, it actually is. And it was also the 15th of all time for a wicketkeeper. You can see here we pulled off all the stats to show how it goes. Very easy to use system. You've got your menus down the left hand side. You've also got access to the Grumblers County Championship Cricket Substack. Well worth signing up for if you love your Red Ball County Championship Cricket. We're going to start off by batting. You're hit by a dashboard straight away. And you've got filters along the top, so you can search by season, bat team, bowl team, bat position, if they're a wicketkeeper and what division they're playing in. And within batting, you've got these sub-menus underneath. So dashboard and then seasons, takes you through the seasons, teams, which teams he's played for and his records there, his latest innings, opponents, cumulative average and runs, grounds, innings, division record, home and away positions, and then some tables which have had updates around career and season. So for instance, if we're interested in 2021 to 2024, who scored the most runs, we can see that straight off the bat, that Jake Libby's got the most amount of runs, his average, 50 plus scores, the amount of 50s, 100s, 200s, strike rate, ball per dismissal. Ball per dismissal plus strike rate is something I like looking at, how many runs per match, balls per boundary, and then it gets down into some more advanced nuances, so percentage of his innings below 20, above 50, above 100. You can see here his above 100 is 15.8. Actually, County Championship average is about somewhere between 6 to 8% normally on a season, so exceptional player. And then you get match plus, match P plus and season P plus. These are 100 is a baseline. If you are 100 in match P plus, that means your batting average is exactly level to the top 6 for the matches that you played in, and season P plus is the top 6 season average for the seasons you played in. So if you're 100 there, you bang on league average. See Jake Libby 138, so he's 38% better in terms of a match and 44% better in terms of a season. On the right hand side, it breaks it down by average strike rate, balls per dismissal by year. So that's the County Championship overall. But if we go and put in Jake Libby, we're able to see an update and it will give us his stats. You can break these out and make it bigger for your full screen as well. But we can see even an exceptional player like Jake Libby is on an upward trend at the moment. You get the runs per year, and then you get these advanced metrics built out for you down below. If we click into seasons, this carries over. So all your filters carry over. And you can see we've got Jake Libby stats season by season in terms of a detailed breakdown. If we go on into teams, and I'm just going to break this out to a bigger scale because he's played for multiple teams over the years, you can see his stats per team and how he's gone per team. Latest innings has got some nice graphics as well, so it's got every single innings he's ever played in order, with the latest being right at the start. But down here in the runs per innings is really nice because it actually gives you a graphical view or a column view, green being 100, purple being 50, red being less than 50. So it makes it very easy to spot trends and look, oh, how good a form is this guy in? Well, actually, you can see an abundance of greens and purples, so you know he's in absolutely fine fettle. Opponents, does what it says on the tin. This is against every single opponent that he's ever played against. How many runs, his average. You can break this down. You can click on a team, and it will give you the stats by that team. What I like to do is use this filter at the top. So Jake Libby, let's go against Nottinghamshire because he was there. And you can see an actual breakdown, innings by innings, how he's gone against that team. Next one along is cumulative average. This is an interesting one for Jake Libby because he started red hot, so it creates an uneven platform. So what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to change tack, I'm going to change player, I'm going to take a look at Sam Northeast, who's been in fine form lately. But it shows you an innings by innings breakdown, cumulative amount of runs, cumulative hundreds, cumulative average, and in the bottom here, you get this career average by innings. So now we're up to 335. And his average has just slightly dropped below 40. Really good view to show how someone's progressing forward and backward. Grounds, exactly what it says. How they've gone at every single ground they've ever played at. You can click on, say, let's look at Canterbury. You can see how he's averaged season by season. And you also get the runs per innings in the bottom right-hand corner. Innings is how they've gone first and second innings. So you can see here the average per year. 2016 particularly super high average. 2024, exceptional high average in the first innings thanks to that triple century that he went and scored. You can click on number 1 and it will give you a breakdown of all his first innings scores. Likewise, if you do number 2, everything updates just for the number 2 filter. So you can see his 40.67 average in the second innings, and you can see there's been a couple of hundred in his last few innings as well. Division record breaks it down by the division that he's been playing in. So if we look 2022 to 2024, he's just been playing in Division 2, so you get the career span and you can break it down. You can filter a player by home and away records. Here we're looking at Dan Lawrence with a 35 average at home, but 38 away. Made the move to Surrey this year and it's going pretty well for him. Again, it gives you the full advanced stats, so you can see his match performance, how much in line he is for his home and away. And again, if I want to click on home, it will just break it down by home for Dan Lawrence. Likewise, you can see where he's been batting. Predominantly, he spent most of his time at number 4 in the lineup, and you can see the last time that they've gone and spent time in those positions. Likewise, you can use the filter at the number top, so I could click on number 4 and it gives me the full breakdown of how many runs he scored in those positions. Then you've got the career and season table. So this is part of the next release. There's a release at the moment every single time there's a game. It's got the updated stats, it's got ball by ball stats, and any enhancements. So the enhancement for next time is all about this piece. So it's got additional filters built in that allow you to break it down. So this is on the season by the amount of runs. So if you wanted to look at a player with at least 1,000 runs in county championship cricket, and if you wanted to look from 2000 onwards, there is balls per dismissal and strike rate. Before then, they're not available. So you can see that Mark Ramprakash, all of those seasons, went and scored more than 1,000 runs. If we want to come off Mark Ramprakash, you can see that his 2,211 is the highest. You might want to take a look at average and see that Pujara's 109 average was the best, but actually there's only 4 instances of players averaging over more than 100 and scoring over 1,000 runs. You might want to look at the most amount of triple centuries. You might want to look at the highest scores or the most centuries in a season when Ramps went and scored 10. Or David Fulton sneaking in there in 2001 scoring 8 centuries. The fact that Ramps went and scored 157 runs per match. Also Nick Knight gets in there as well. Or that during 2017 Sangakkara, 10 matches, 16 innings, 50% of his innings that he went and batted were 100. Quite incredible. Shows you the breakdown, match performance plus, season performance plus again, and win, loss, draw record. And you can do this with the amount of matches someone's played in a season, the average, which team they're on, the performance plus, or the amount of innings that they've had. I'm going to take a look at the player. I'm going to look at Ramps, and I've removed the filters at the top. So this is Ramps. Let's go back to 1890 when cricket was invented in the county championship. That's not where it was invented. But going back to ramps all those time ago, started in 1987. The new feature that's been added for this release is it shows you here, it's not quite finished being built, but Division 1 titles, 2002. He went and won the Division 1 title. Division 2 title he won in 2006, and the county championship he won in 1990 and 1993. 4 total titles. He's got 4 batting titles in terms of most runs in a season, and 3 batting titles, highest average, with a minimum of 500 runs to his name, and they're broken down here. Best average 95, 2006, 2007. Most runs 95, 06, 07, 2010. That is being built out for the career table as well, and will be part of the next release. It's not quite built in. Only difference between these, this is someone's pure whole career, and it will have the same filters at the top. So going into bowling, literally just click bowling on the left hand side. We've got 2000-2024. We can see Mertz with 819 wickets being way ahead of the rest by over 169 wickets, because maths. But if we click on him, it does give us a breakdown, gives us best bowling, strike rate, average, how he's gone per season with average and strike rate. Breaks it down by 3 wicket hauls, plus you've got economy rate, 3 wickets, 4 wickets, or 5 wickets in an innings, how many wickets per innings, how many wickets per match, and then the percentage of 3 wicket hauls or 5 wicket hauls that he takes. See Chris Rush with 11.51, that is exceptional. Percentage of team wickets, percentage of teams balls bowled. And then you get some advanced metrics again. How has he gone against the team that he's played in? His average. So he's averaged 5.4 less. Strike rate, 6.84 less. Economy rate, 0.21 less. How has he gone against the matches? And the same metrics in place. And then adding those together. So team average, team strike rate, team economy rate to give you a total. You also have the same performance plus measures, so performance match average. So he's 20% better in terms of his bowling average than the bowlers in the matches that he played in. 7% for economy rate, 12% for strike rate. So some really cool stuff that's available to see in here. We can click on Andrew Flintoff and we can see Flintoff's stats. And interesting enough, there's 1 5-wicket haul in county championship cricket. Never would have thought that with Freddie, but that's how he did. Most 19 wickets in a season. You think how amazing he was for England. And then moving along the top, you've got exactly the same measures as you did, or the exact same tabs as you did for batting. You've got the seasons, how this is Simon Harmer's record, how many wickets he's taken per season, and breaking it down into all of these advanced metrics. So his best season in terms of average below what the match average is would be 2020, or 145, so 45% better. You see this year not quite hitting his straps as much. The different teams that he's played for, we can see he's played for Essex. The latest innings. This looks slightly different to the other one. Gives you the same information. Breakdown, all the latest stuff at the top. And then you've got his latest bowling at the bottom, innings by innings. You can see 1-1-1-1-1-2. He's on a bit of a dry spell for Simon Harmer, but there's a lot of really good stuff mixed around it. How he's gone against every single opponent he's played against. Again, you've got the bat options and bowl options. So if we want to have a look to see how he's gone against Lancashire, who's always a good team, in the 5 matches that he's played, 34 wickets at an average of 25. His match bowling average 94, so just below average for the matches that he played in. The thing that Harmer does give you as well, he gives you a lot of overs, a lot of good quality overs with a good strike rate. You can see the cumulative as well, so 429 wickets now at 21.86. You can see how he's gone at the different grounds. 281 wickets at the Cloud FM County Ground in Chelmsford at an average of 19, and gives you the latest performances. So if I click on that ground, it gives me the latest performances at that ground. How he's gone in the first and second innings, no surprise in spinner, averaging 19 in the second innings and 24.40 in the first innings. That 24.40 is still exceptional. When you think the spinners last year averaged about 38 or 40 in the county championship, so heaps better. And again, home and away record and how he's gone bowling in the different positions. So this will have the career table and season table added on for the next release. Won't be long away. Matchups is one of the best things I think I've built in this. So there's heaps of filters available at the top, but essentially when you click on it, you automatically go into this ball by ball batting. So it shows you the average against pace and spin overall, because there's no players selected in the county championship. So spinners averaged 41.6 in 2022, 41.3 in 2023. Seamers slightly better year on year, 22 to 23. And it gives you all the bowling stats with a breakdown of all the normal stuff. But then we want to go and have a look at a batter. And I want to click on Rory Burns because I know there's a couple of things to pick out here. So average versus pace, 42, exceptional. Average versus spin, 25.50 over the last 2020, 2021, 22, 23, and now 24. Balls per dismissal versus spin is really low. Strike rate's relatively high. You can see that Ralph van der Merwe gave him a hard time. Danny Briggs has given them a hard time. You can sort this by left arm spin. And you can see there's 9 wickets at an average of 19. Everything updates when you click on it. If you want to look at right arm spinners, you can do exactly the same. If you want to look at left arm pace, you can see that Keith Barker, 1 wicket for an average of 25. And this down at the bottom gives you the... it's called average versus runouts. I just wanted to give an average of a player, because all the average is available everywhere else. But how does he average against pace and spin? And you can see that here, that he can do these. But then it's broken down by right arm pace, left arm pace, right arm spin, left arm spin, strike rate against those, and balls per dismissal against those as well. So you can have a lot of fun here looking at different players. A player that I've spent quite a long time looking at lately is Ali Orr after his move. Great player. His average is sneakily slightly low overall, but I think there's 5 runouts to his name, and 3 of those were backing up. So you can see his actual averages against pace and spin are really good. But if you add another 5 wickets onto there, it drops below 40. So exceptional player, lots to like about him. Another one to look out for who started this season red hot is Tom Haynes. So he was great in 21 and 22. 23 had a massive drop-off game. Spin average dropped 24 when it was in the 60s the previous 2 seasons. And against pace, it dropped down as well. If you can sneak along here, you can kind of see where someone's got a problem. Right arm pace, left arm pace, 36-32. Right arm spin caused him a lot of problems last year. Helps if I click on the right thing. Average 120 in 2022. 23 fell off a cliff. Thompson with a couple of wickets, best. Swepson didn't actually face a lot of that type of bowling, but when he did, it caused him problems. Just flicking into my developer tab, there will be a new thing added in here, which is really cool, and that's for the last few seasons. You're going to be able to break this down by the ball type from Kookaburra to Dukes, so that'll be in the next release as well. Ball by ball bowling, it gives you the breakdown of the batters here, but you're selecting the bowlers. And it's broken down by the bowler's average, how he's gone versus opening batters, and how he's gone versus top 6 batters. So we probably want to look at someone in great form, like a Sam Cook. Again, you can build these out, or blow these up to make them even better. But you can see here, 2023, 15 average versus openers is incredible. 24 versus top 6, and 19 overall. Incredible player. If we want to look at... let's say we want to see how he's gone against the top 4 batters. We can just do that. We can just pop them in. We can see Daniel Bell-Drummond, he's got in his back pocket 4 wickets in average of 3. Davis, 3 wickets average at 3.67, and he started the season red hot. Keaton Jennings has been one of the best players around the last few years. 3 wickets at 13. Ben Compton, impervious to that new ball, he's amazing. 2 wickets at 18. So you can see and break it down per bowler just how good some of these players are. And for the bowler as well, it breaks it down: dots, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, dot ball percentage, boundary ball percentage, boundary percent runs. The team tab gives you a breakdown per team. That's exactly what it does. You can put your range in, so I want to look 2022 to 2024. It gives you how many runs they've scored, average score, average first innings, average second innings, average batting, runs per over, strike rate, balls per dismissal, and then a breakdown of how they've gone in terms of scoring ranges. If we have a look at Durham, and Durham were incredible last season, during that time they are superb. They're averaging 410 in the first innings last year, 343 the year before, 358 this year. They are going incredibly well. If we look at 2024 only, so here I've gone and clicked on the Division 1 tab, and I can see all the Division 1 teams scoring ranges. You can see Lancashire, 60% of the innings they've been bowled out for less than 200, which doesn't feel very Lancashire-like considering the outfit that they've got. Team bowling can give you exactly the same. The tabs all carry over. So if we wanted to sort of search this the other way, we can see how teams are going and what the opposition have been scoring during that time. Essex, less than 200 all out, 3 times the bowled out the opposition. Team history is going through a tiny bit of a rebrand at the moment. I'll take you into the dev environment. So at the moment we've clicked on Essex, and this gives you a breakdown of how they've gone between 2020, 2023, every single season where they've been finishing, and their performance every single season. You can sort it by a range. So if I click on Surrey between 2020 and 2023, 24 seasons, 5 titles, 5 D1 titles, and they've got 2 D2 titles. So again, something else for me to update there. Likewise, if we want to go and click on someone like Gloucestershire, we can see that they've got 3 wooden spoons to the name in terms of finishing 18th overall. Final tab, this has just been rebranded and popped out in the latest release, which essentially is taking the cricket draft metrics and creating a ranking system based on it, going all the way back to 2024. What you can do with this, I really like. So I can look at Mark Ramper. No, in fact, I'm going to go, because it's got batting and bowling built into it. I'm going to look at Ryan Higgins, who is a stalwart of cricket drafts. And if he's not in your team, you might be after this one. So this at the bottom here gives us a batting, bowling and total ranking at the end of the season. So if he had the most points for batting, he would be ranked number 1. And you can see his batting has had a couple of exceptional seasons. 2019 he was ranked 3rd, and he's a top 20 batter. Bowling wise, he's a top 20 bowler. He has been a top 10 bowler previously, and overall points, there's a lot of top 10 finishes. Total points rank 5th, 2nd, 8th, 5th, 4th, and currently ranked 6th. And you can see the breakdown per season. So you can see all of that information from 2000 to 2024. Break it down per player. And that's it. That is the dashboard at the moment. So there's lots of development work going on. The career tabs and season tabs will be live with all the new filters and trophies. And it's a constant evolution. There's going to be new stuff dropping virtually every single time there is a new release. You can also follow us on Twitter for all the latest releases. And we're also releasing information. So I've just finished doing the title wins for players, and we release graphics and information such as, hey, this guy's won the most titles, and yeah, they're all from Yorkshire and all pre-World War II. So thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comment below. Check it out, well worth a look at. Thank you for watching.